Beat it up like.
Today I will be reacting to Camila Cabello breaking down the song Don't Go Yet on Genius. So she's breaking down the lyrics basically. She looks like a plant with the leaves going out like that. She's real pretty though. She looks real pretty in that. It's just she's looking planty.
Like I got to a point in my life where I was like, you know what?
Should I enunciate the T? Planty. Planty. She's looking planty.
I want to create my own joy. And so it was the first day that I was working with Scott Harris and Mike Sabbath in my house in LA. And we were listening to kind of old, both Brazilian and Cuban songs from the 50s and 60s. And I think we were inspired to make something like that day. And so Scott wrote the riff, and Mike kind of did this like, kind of bare bones version of the track that you hear now. And my dog actually ran in the room, and it prompted Mike to be like, oh, he's on the track, this is fire. And he kind of like looped that. And so when we were writing the song,
just like that, so spontaneous.
I was instantly like,
wow.
Oh yeah, don't go yet, don't go yet, which is a super kind of Cuban melodic rhythm. I think it was just something that my ear was like, oh, this sounds familiar, like, you know, stuff that I've heard in my childhood. And instantly I kind of like had the idea for the storyline. I'll replay this moment for months, alone in my head, waiting for it to come.
Easy. She makes it look fucking easy.
Alone in my head, waiting for it to come. It was so easy for me to write this song because it's such a vivid memory that I have from before my current boyfriend was my boyfriend. And I remember us being like 16, 17, and like a handful of times, like feeling like we were gonna go to this after party or this party, and I was like, this is the night, like this is the night that, you know, we're finally gonna kiss, that it's finally gonna turn into, you know, more than a friendship. In my mind, I just had these hopes of how the night was gonna play out. You know, it would end with us kind of taking tequila shots and kissing and falling in love with each other. I wrote all your lines and the script in my mind, and I'd hope that you'd follow it for once.
Ooh.
It would always.
I never even paid attention to those lyrics. That is deep.
I'd hope that you'd follow it for once.
And so relatable. I wrote all your lines in the script of my mind, and I'd hope that you'd follow it for once.
It would always end with him being like, I got a performance tomorrow, I gotta go to sleep. And I would just get so angry and like so sad and just like feeling that like, don't go yet, please, like you're not.
What she's describing and how she saw Sean before they got into a relationship is so indicative of how driven and focused she is, and how it doesn't seem like she's the type to let her mind wander onto like multiple potential lovers, at least not during that time. She was just interested in one person. She was just locked in, you know. And personally, I find that attractive because I'm very similar.
The scripts that I wrote in my mind, so that was kind of the first.
Like if I meet someone who I get along with and I really like their vibe, there could be 1,000 beautiful women in my vicinity, but I will be locked in on that person until either, you know, something happens and I approach her and we start conversating and I get to know who she is, or until maybe I find out she has a boyfriend, or that, you know, it just wasn't, it's not gonna. But until I get to that point where, you know, we have that first, we have that interaction and I get to see what's what, tunnel vision.
Versus just like that scene, I knew it all too well back then. I imagine myself inside in the room was platinum and gold. I dance and catch your eye, you'd be mesmerized. Oh, I imagine myself and sat in the room was platinum and gold. I didn't think about the fact that we're both singers that primarily sing pop music, so platinum and gold, whatever. That's pretty cool, but I definitely didn't mean it that way. Wow. I don't really brag a lot. Be a little weird. I would actually never say something like that. Dance and catch your eye, you'd be mesmerized.
That's something Cardi B would say, platinum and gold.
That was such a thing that I imagined. Like, I'm gonna, you know, be at this party, Work by Rihanna's gonna play. I'm gonna be like whining on the wall, and he's gonna be like, damn, and then he's gonna dance with me, and we're gonna, you know, I'm gonna like smell the tequila and his.
All right, y'all gotta check out my reaction to Rihanna's album Anti, because I have a story about the first time I ever truly blew it with someone I was wildly attracted to in a nightclub. And if you go to, I think, the 11th minute of that reaction video, you'll hear the story. But it's crazy because when I approached the woman, Rihanna, Work by Rihanna actually started playing, and I was like, this is my moment. And, you know, I guess I gave the ending away by saying I blew it, but it's a pretty funny story, I think. So y'all check it out if you get the chance, because it's not just, there are multiple scenes, you know.
Lips, and we're gonna make out and whatever. Just, you see, like, just very vivid. Find a corner, lay your hands in my hair. Finally, we're here, so why say you got a flight, need an early night? No. Don't go yet. When you're imagining this night with your with your crush, it's just like very vivid. Like, I'm gonna wear this dress, and then, you know, you just like have this fantasy of how, you know, that dress is gonna end up on the floor, and, you know, that whole thing.
I never thought it through like that. Not that detailed.
Oh yeah, don't go yet. Don't go yet. Oh yeah, don't go yet. Don't go yet, oh yeah, don't go yet. Don't go yet, what you leaving for when my night is yours? Just a little more, don't go yet. This happened to me.
I love how she can actually sing.
And my current boyfriend so much, where it wasn't even necessarily that he had a flight, but it was like, you know, he had a performance the next day, or, you know, he needed to rest or whatever. He'd just be like, yeah, I gotta go, like, I kind of wanna go. Here's the thing though, the tea is that this song was written, actually could be from both perspectives. I actually am remembering now that I actually wrote it from Sean's perspective, because 3 years later, it was the other way around. And I was the one that was like, yeah, I gotta go home. I don't want to stay. And
I know when Havana came out, she had places to go, people to see, man. That was a hit.
He was the one that I remember one night specifically. He was like, no, please, like, come to this party with me. And I was like, yeah, no. Like, it was so fun seeing you, buddy. Like, I totally friend zoned him. So we both had this exact experience of each other. And I actually think when we wrote Don't Go Yet, I was more so writing from his perspective of the night that I was like, you know, I was in another relationship, and I was like, just thought of him as a friend, and I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go to sleep. And now we've stopped doing that to each other.
Oh, because she was in another relationship. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense, yeah. As soon as you sign on the dotted line, even if it's not like an official dotted line, no, you can't. Me personally, I don't have any respect for cheaters. People, and that might offend some people because we all make mistakes and things of that nature, but I guess it depends on the context. But no, that shit is wrong. Don't do that, especially if you're past a certain age. Like, what are you doing cheating? Like, grow up. That's something you do. If you're gonna do it in your teens, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe even when you're in college. I guess you kind of, you know, a lot is going on in college, so I guess you do it in college. But if you're just a perpetual cheater, like, yo, get it together, because you're ruining a lot of people's lives.
Now we go to sleep at the same time.
Including
now we leave the party together. Baby, don't go yet, cause I wore this dress for a little drama. And I bet that you think that you know, but you don't, baby, come to mama. It doesn't even have to be a dress, like any outfit that I feel really good in, that makes me feel sexy and swaggy and pretty, whatever that may be. That's the one that I would have worn for a little drama. Now I'm, you know, in a long-term committed relationship, so I'm actually wearing the dress for no drama. I want peace, stability, and a secure relationship. Shout out to my therapist. So I'm no longer wearing the dress for drama. But if I were single, then yes, I would be wearing dresses for some drama, because you gotta have that too. This lyric, it took us a while to find something that sounded sonically good.
I mean, I shouldn't jump to conclusions and say that she's good. I don't know how their relationship ended. I don't know whose fault. I don't care whose fault it was, but I like that statement that she just made.
And, you know, we weren't trying too hard with the lyric, and it felt good to say because it's kind of rappy.
Because it shows effort, you know, that if she's not good, she wants to be that, and that's what she's striving towards. And if you strive towards just being good in a relationship, eventually you will become that.
Landed upon it, I was like,
there's also maintenance to that.
Yes, I love this because it's just like really captures that feeling. Like I just, it's kind of like when you're gonna see your crush for a party that night, you're like, what should I wear? And you're like so excited for them to see you in that outfit. Sometimes I wear a dress like just for myself, but this dress, I wore it, for some tea tomorrow with my girls. I get what I want when I want, and I get it how I wanna. And I want you, baby. Gotta get you, baby. The key to getting what you want is not wanting.
I love her voice. She doesn't sound quite like anyone else.
For some tea tomorrow with my girls.
You have like a little bit of raspiness, a little bit of nasaliness. You have her ability to just like hit the high notes and the low notes and everything in between, improvise in certain performances without giving it too much thought. I just think she's such an interesting singer. She's right up there, I would say, with the Amy Winehouses, Nina Simone's, Lauryn Hills of the world in terms of just sounding unique. Think about someone like Lauryn Hill. She would have these voice cracks in her songs, but it's almost as if they were intentional. Like they weren't necessarily intentional, but she did not receive, from what I know, she did not receive formal training on how to sing, quote unquote, properly. But that doesn't matter because like the rawness and the emotion in her voice and the fact that she would hit the notes like 80% of the time just symbolize the flaws and incongruities in our own emotions and the things that we do that amplified the power of her voice. I just think folks like her are a very special kind of once in a generation type talent. People like that. Nina Simone, Lauryn Hill, Janis Joplin was another one if you want to go all the way back. In this generation we have Camila, and I love The Weeknd, but I can draw too many parallels between him and Michael Jackson. So although I love him for his talent and I respect his talent and I'm a big fan of his work, he's not in that category for me. But if I think about others who are, Camila, I guess Dua Lipa, but we've heard soul before, and that's what Dua Lipa, she had that soul that just, although she does a great job at combining funk, pop, soul, and disco together in a way that no one else does, but I guess everyone has their own niche.
I get what I want when I want, and I get it how I wanna. And I want you, baby. Gotta get you, baby. The key to getting what you want is not wanting it anymore. I'm joking, but kind of not, because that was the case.
I agree.
In this song. Like I didn't want it anymore. And then, the other person usually is like, huh? There's a lot of cultural emphasis on relationships, and I think that it's really about great relationships that are not necessarily romantic, but that fulfill you, people that you laugh with. And I'm not neglecting kind of like the sexual and romantic relationships, because that's really fun too. And that's,
But that shit comes natural though. That's something that if you gotta force it, then chances are that might not be long term if you gotta force it. But the ones where as soon as you meet somebody, as soon as you start interacting with them, you just love their vibe, and it's just icing on the cake that they look good. But usually like you want to talk to them and you want to get to know more and more about them before you do that. Some people, they just jump straight. I know people who are in happy committed relationships where it started on the basis of just like romantic attraction and they got it in the first night. The rest was history. So maybe I'm defeating my last point. I don't know. For me, a lot of it is kind of vibe you give off. If you give off like a weird standoffish vibe, I'm really going to be looking at you like that, because I'm kind of weird and standoffish too. So we're just not going to get along. But if you give off an outgoing kind of happy vibe, even if it's just with me, even if you're not like that with other, but you're like that with me, then that's a good start. And then from there, the physical attraction is a component, but for me it's not prevailing, because I've dated women who people would not think of as like, damn, she's bad, but to me it didn't matter, because there was something about her character, something about her qualities and stuff like that I really like, and that made her automatically more like physically attractive to me, even if she didn't have like quote unquote all the attributes that men quote unquote look for in a woman. I liked her energy so much that what she did have was like enhanced to me. It's hard to explain. Like maybe she didn't have that, but her eyebrows were shaped in a certain way where I was like attracted to her eyebrows. I was like, damn, she takes care of herself. She's cute. Look at her eyebrows. But that's only because I liked her energy. So I was able to like look for other things to compensate for, I guess, again, I'm putting quotes all over all this shit, flaws, because none of us are perfect. And let me think about my body. If we're going to start talking about bodies here, because, you know, I can afford to be a little vulnerable right now. I am, oh, do I want to admit this? I think I'm 5'11" on a good day. But the last time I got my height checked, they said I was 5'10" and a half. I don't agree with that. There have been times where I've been 5'11". See, now I'm just starting to rationalize my way out of it. I think I'm 5'10" and a half or 5'11". Either way, it would be nice if I was 6'1". You know, that would be cool. I'm not super duper self-conscious with my body now, even though I'm kind of out of shape, really out of shape. But I used to be fat. Can we use that word now? Can we use fat? I used to be fat. I used to, like, my arms, my forearms would never get big. That happened when I grew into my body. Then everything, you know, started to pan out nice. I never had a nice haircut. I always cut my hair myself, so it was never like fresh. My teeth were jacked up as a kid, and I didn't start using whitening gel until last year. So they always had like a yellow stain to them that was very unattractive and made it hard for me to smile like with my teeth, until I learned about teeth whitening gel. So yeah, but I've been hit on for as long as I can remember, despite all of those like flaws that I saw in myself, because all this shit is subjective anyway. You know, if you got good energy and if you don't try to force shit into existence and you take care of yourself and the people around you, those things alone are going to be very attractive to a lot of people. I might not attract Camila Cabello if we walk into the same room and we start talking and stuff, but that's not going to be because of how I look and because of my physical incongruities. That's going to be because, unless she's shallow, I don't think she's shallow, and some people out there are shallow. You know, they're not going to talk to you because they're like, he's a little too short, I don't like that. Or let me think of a better example, because there are some, I guess, some reasonable preferences that people have. He doesn't wear nice clothes. I'm not attracted to him. I don't like him because he doesn't wear nice clothes. Like, most people do not think like that shallow. Or she doesn't have an ass, so I'm not attracted to her. Or she doesn't have this, or she doesn't wear makeup, so I'm not. Most people don't think like that. Oftentimes, those are your own internal insecurities that you got to work through and work on. Because a lot of that shit is in your head based on what these companies, you know, the makeup companies and the fucking celebrities, Kylie Jenner teaches us is attractive. And I'm like, yo, half of y'all, like, y'all are not, that shit is not sexy to me. That's not cute. That's not sexy. All that, if you want to do the surgery thing, do it, but don't come out and think and expect me to congratulate you and be like, oh my God, you look so pretty because you went in and filled your face up with silicone. Yo, I don't, 10 times out of 10, give me somebody that looks natural, that if I walk down the street, I might, you know, do a little double take real quick, like, oh, she was cute, and then keep it moving. As opposed to like the fucking hottest model on earth, or the Hollywood women. That is a different kind of universe, man. And they're making women destroy their fucking beauty. Honestly, I'll keep it a buck with you. Like, y'all are encouraging women to destroy their beauty and fucking disfigure their bodies because you think that shit is like, that shit is not cute. Do whatever you want with your body, but don't market that shit. Don't market it. Don't advertise it. Don't, oh, my doctor is so and so, and you should consider getting, if you don't like this about yourself, you should consider doing this or doing that. It's like, you should consider letting them be who the fuck they want to be, because I find them attractive. I don't really find you attractive because you forcing it. You trying too hard. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how much your makeup costs. I don't care the dress that you're wearing. Camila is wearing a plant and she is still my, I guess, celebrity crush. I don't care, bro. That shit is weird. All that fucking you're not good enough. That's a you're not good enough culture. I don't like that culture. I don't like that culture that you're not good enough, so you have to change everything about you. Leave me the fuck alone and leave these girls the fuck alone. Cause you fucking with people's heads and convincing them that the fucking hideous is the new beautiful, and just let people be who they are. And they're gonna find somebody. They're gonna find somebody. Even if, you know, I might be the Hunchback of Notre Dame to some women, where I walk into the room and nobody notices me. It's rare, but I'm pretty sure if I go to a model gallery or whatever they call it, like those model meetups, you know, like fashion shows. If I went to a fashion show, nobody would look at me probably. But that's fine. I don't care, because there are women out there who do look at me and do find me desirable. And the more I go out, even though I don't go out that much, so maybe, you know, I'm a bit outdated in that statement, but the more I go out, the more I'm gonna come in contact with those women. And some of them are gonna be quote unquote out of my league, and some of them are gonna be quote unquote, you know, maybe they would see me out of their league, but it ain't gonna make a difference because I like them and they like me. That's it.
Part of being alive, but
that shit comes with confidence, man. That's why you can't put me in a room full of women and then I'm gonna get. Well, yeah, I have gotten intimidated, but that shit is something you grow out of too. Hopefully you grow out of it, because if you're in your goddamn late 20s or in your 30s and you still thinking like you're not pretty enough or whatever the fuck, baby, you got to work on that, because you're good enough for somebody.
I definitely think it's really important to know that you don't really need that. And that's how I think you end up getting in healthier relationships, when you feel like, you know what, as long as we make each other happy, then great. La 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 la. La 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 la. When I was younger, I feel like I fully had relationships in my mind. Like I was just always in love with people from far away. If there was a night that I was gonna see this person, it would just be like for like weeks, I'd be like, oh my God, like this is the night. And like have acid reflux and nerves and everything. It was unhealthy, and I have talked about that in therapy, in my past self. And now I'm like, you know, in the nitty gritty of relationships where it's like, you know, it's real and it's like, it's messy and you're flawed and it's complex. When you're in love with people from far away, it's harder to get in that messy stuff. You're in love with the idea of it more than the person. Now I'm in love with the person.
All right, there you go. If y'all enjoyed this reaction video, please comment, like, and subscribe. Tell me what else you want me to check out next. I will see y'all next time. Peace.